Good morning. I'm Chris Honorado. You're watching 13 Now, your home for News Channel 13's updates each and every single day on YouTube. The day's biggest stories, breaking news, and of course, that first warning forecast with our team of meteorologists. The Warren County Sheriff's Department is investigating a shooting that took place outside the Walmart in Queensbury on Sunday afternoon, and a man is recovering after being shot. Of course, this all happened during one of the busiest shopping weekends of the year. The sheriff's office got a call about gunshots in the parking lot around 3:45 yesterday afternoon. And when deputies arrived, they found one man injured with a gunshot wound to the hip. A large portion of the parking lot, as you can see, was then blocked off. New York State Police is now working with the deputies to locate the suspect and the vehicle that was used to get away. Happening tonight, that 19-year-old who was charged with killing two people in Princetown, one of them his own mother, is scheduled to be back in court. Nicholas Fiebka is charged with murder, and he's in the Schenectady County Jail. He's accused of killing his mother. That is 60-year-old Alicia Wadsworth and her longtime boyfriend, 61-year-old William Horwedel. They were found dead with gunshot wounds in their home on Reynolds Road last Tuesday. Again, that happened in Princetown. Police tell us Horwedel and Wadsworth were in a long-term relationship, and that Horwedel is the father of two New York State troopers. That court appearance is scheduled for 6:30 tonight. Stay with us here at News Channel 13 for updates on that case, not just today, but as it continues to progress. All right, let's take a quick time out here on 13 Now. When we come back, meteorologist Neal Estano with that first warning forecast.
Get News Channel 13 on demand on your Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV. Watch our latest newscasts, check your first warning forecast, and explore exclusive segments you'll only see on News Channel 13. If you didn't catch it live, you can always find the latest information on demand on the News Channel 13 app. News Channel 13. Coverage you can trust on demand.
Okay, Neal, we made up a word, or at least a day of the week, on the morning show today. The weather on Wednesday is going to be so windy and wet that I have renamed it Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes. That sounds good. I like it.
But the start of the week here, I mean, a little cloudy but not cold by any means here coming off the Thanksgiving weekend. We're at the end of November and it isn't bone-chilling cold out there this morning.
No, it's not. In fact, our high temperature actually occurred earlier this morning. It was up around 50 degrees. We had a cold front move through, and it's been windy. Even though it's Monday, it can still be windy on a Monday. Hello, Mindy? No. We've got 45 degrees out there. This is our CDPHP first running camera. Looking downtown, you see the flag going pretty good there. We've got the cold air blowing in. The clouds are breaking up a little bit over Schenectady, where it's 43. We've seen some gusts at 30, even close to 40 miles an hour at times. So you might ask yourself that age-old question, where is my trash can? Well, it could be either tipped over nearby or possibly even in the neighbor's yard. You can see gusts about 35 miles an hour this morning, not quite as strong later on today, but the damage might already be done. Nothing worse than coming home and having your trash can over, especially if there's trash strewn all over the place. That's no fun, especially on a Monday. We're going to see a mixture of clouds and sunshine. The cold front continues to move away. And tomorrow, a big area of high pressure is going to dominate the weather. That's going to give us a nice looking day tomorrow, but it's going to be cold, high only in the lower 40s, but we are, after all, at the tail end of November, and it's supposed to be kind of cold. You want some precipitation, you'll get it on Wednesday with those gusty winds coming in out of the south. So they'll switch around to the northwest. It's going to be one of those days where we'll see highs in the 50s and then some snow showers possible by Wednesday night, and cold weather settles back in for Thursday. The breezes continue, but a crazy temperature roller coaster or seesaw, whatever mode of up and down you want to take. Pogo stick weather, maybe. I'm trying to come up with other analogies for the up and down temperatures, but it's typical for early winter. We go from mild weather back to cold weather. Yeah, and you know which one wins out? The cold weather will win out this time of year.
Of course it will. You said it. I mean, up and down. Wednesday 55, but then the overnight low, it's going to be a big drop, or at least feel like it's been a big drop. Long range, Neal. I mean, we're into it now, aren't we? The cold weather.
Yeah, I was just actually looking at the computer models going into the middle end of next week. A lot of up and down temperatures. So it's going to get cold, then it's going to warm up briefly, and it'll
Okay.
get cold again, but eventually it will get cold and stay cold.
How about those Jaguars?
Huh? Well, that was quite. I was going to mention it, but I didn't know if it was appropriate for the YouTube. But yeah,
Yeah,
they haven't had a comeback like that ever. And it
ever.
literally, they're down by 7 with 2 minutes to go. They came back and won the game, beat the Ravens by 1 point by going for it, 2 points conversion at the end of the game. Yeah, go back to the year 2000. They've played 162 games in that scenario, and they have not won once. So it's been a long time coming.
Those who don't know, Neal is a diehard Jacksonville Jaguars fan since they entered the league, Neal, late 90s?
Yeah, I went to the very first game, actually. I
Yeah.
was working in Jacksonville when they got awarded the franchise. I saw them build the team, build the stadium, and I got to go to the first game. I got to be on the sidelines for a couple of the games, too. I had a pass that it was only good up until the game began, but
Yeah.
I turned my badge around and I walked around with a clipboard looking important. And I was there for the whole game. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Tom Coughlin never called you for weather forecast.
He did not. He
Yeah,
did not.
okay. All right. And you didn't say, hey, run this play instead, coach.
No, I should have. I should have.
Yeah.
But they were doing really well back then, so I would have
for
just
sure.
messed things up.
All right, Neal. Tippy says happy for you
Oh,
and a big win.
thank you, Tippy. Yeah, it's been a tough couple of years, but you know what? People say, "Why are you a Jaguars fan? They stink." Well, because it makes victory that much sweeter, and they're going to be in the playoffs. Maybe not this year, but next year.
Yeah, they're building it right down there. Okay. Thanks, Neal. Appreciate the insights. Always the first warning forecast, part of every single 13 Now newscast we bring you here on YouTube. One last note here. Saratoga National Cemetery is announcing its plans for wreaths across America. Wreath placement will happen on Saturday, December 17th, starting at 10:30 in the morning. Then at noon, the cemetery will host its National Wreath Day ceremony. Wreaths can be donated and sponsored for $15. Just go to wreathsacrossamerica.org. This year, Saratoga National Cemetery is hoping to get 15,000 wreaths. So far, 11,500 have been donated and sponsored. We're back on the air with News Channel 13 live at noon. Hope you'll join us then. Until then, have a great Monday. I'm Chris Sonerato.